Hello. Good morning, everybody. Um, Yesterday I wound up meeting somebody that, actually kind of got to know each other for about 2 weeks or so, and noticed that I have a wedding ring on my finger, my left hand. See, I'm married, everybody, right? Well, they're like, "So how long you been married for?" And I said, 4 years, last June, and the person's like, you have any kids?" And I'm like, "No," and how's your wife doing? But in my head, I'm like thinking, just, I was kind of like in a kind of a semi-ethical dilemma between telling the truth that it's not really my wife, it's my husband, with the fact that, occasionally my husband dresses up as a woman, right? So all those things, I was like thinking, okay, well, I'll just play along, and said, well, 49. And, it's like, oh, and your wife has no children either from like a previous marriage, or is not a mother or anything like that, I'm like, no, no. And, it was just weird, I guess just the line of questioning involved with it, and and you're so, and even the person was like, "Oh, but you're a social worker, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yes," and it's like, "Yeah, you don't want to be a parent, and I'm like, "No, not really, no, no," and like, and the person's like, "Why?" And then I said, "Well, to be honest, because of the fact that, kids can be kind of expensive, and kids require a lot of time and energy and patience and a whole bunch of other things. They just kind of take up a lot of your time, and, plus the fact, that I'm 37 and Jamie's 49, that, we're kind of, it's like we don't really want children, and they're like, "Oh, what about foster care?" I'm like, yeah, honestly, I thought about foster care, for a little while, maybe about 5 years ago or something, but it was, but no, I just, I don't, you know what I mean? It's just, it was just strange that, and this has happened to me, a few times in my life when people were wondering about, like, "Oh, you're married?" "Yeah." "How's the wife doing?" They're like, "How's the wife doing?" As if I married a woman, right, or something. And then also too, if I have children, it's like, "Oh, how are the kids?" It's like, okay, no, I don't have kids. What? Uh, you know, but then again, though, I know that's kind of the social, or society just assumes, like, there's a social assumption that when you're married, you have children. But no, I don't have children. And then also too, society assumes that if I have a wedding ring on, that I married a woman. Which is, I don't know, it's weird that maybe they probably just think of me as a pretty butch. But yeah, I just kind of found that odd, you know. But then again, it's like, why why am I supposed to be a parent? I guess maybe is the like the deeper question for me to ask. It's like, do I have to be a dad? You know, and it was weird too. Was that the person who was asking those questions were like, oh, but you're a social worker. I'm like, yes. But you're a social worker, but you don't have children of your own. And at the time, I was really taken aback by that, and I was like, no, I don't. I'm not a parent, and neither is my Jamie. Neither one of us are parents. I was what, it was weird, but I kept my cool, but it was just interesting to really see, um, the effects maybe of how of me personally not being able to meet a social expectation. That with me being 37, I think I look pretty good for it. Honestly, I think I look pretty young. Good meaning young. Like I think I'm aging gracefully for being 37, in my opinion, and many people that I've talked with agreed with me. Or when I was like, oh, wow, you're 37. It's like, yeah, well, oh, yeah, and but just the weird thing about that somehow that I'm supposed to be a parent, or that that's supposed to be what I'm supposed to be is a parent, and it's like, no, why, you know, and even when I gave reasons why I did not want to be a parent, excuse me, uh, people were like, wow, that's weird or bizarre or strange or whatever. It's like, but I'm thinking like, why is that? Like, why do I have to be a parent for? I have to be a parent to be a person. I have to be a parent to be someone. Is that supposed to be society's expectation when somebody is in their mid 30s that they have to have children? Like, okay, it's just weird. It's odd. To me, it is. So, but yeah. So I guess that's just all I have to say about it. I don't know. I was just kind of taken aback, and I didn't want to feel like I was being, but Jamie told me, that I should have just said like, well, this line of questioning makes you feel uncomfortable, and let's, stop asking these questions, but then again, I didn't want to feel like I was being out to be, not, rude, or impolite. I was more than happy to answer whatever questions anybody wants to ask me about me with anything, really. I'm kind of a semi-open book in most things. Vast majority of things, I'm pretty open. I'm open book. But it was just weird that it's like, oh, you're 37, your spouse is 49, and you've been married for 4 years, and neither one of you have children. And I'm like, yeah, that's correct. It's like, yes, right, yes, that's correct. And yet you're going into social work and you don't have children. And I'm like, yes, yes, that's correct. Oh, well, that's weird, bizarre, strange, different, weird, crazy. It's like, oh, um, I'm me, and I gave reasons why I don't want to be a parent, so I'm not a parent. So, alrighty. Well, I guess that's all I gotta say. Hope everybody has a great day. Bye bye.